The Galactic Empire had long been an ominous presence in the universe. Known for its ruthless conquests and technological superiority, it was a force that had yet to meet any meaningful resistance. As they expanded their dominion, their sights inevitably set upon a small, blue planet known as Earth. Captain Verax stood at the helm of the Empire's flagship, the Invictus. With his eyes fixed on the holographic display before him, he studied the intelligence reports about Earth. The planet seemed unremarkable, but it was the spirit of its inhabitants that intrigued him. Humanity had a history of resilience and innovation that was unparalleled. "Prepare the fleet," Verax ordered, his voice cold and commanding. "We will initiate contact within the hour." On Earth, the world was unaware of the impending threat. Life went on as usual, with people bustling through their daily routines. In a secure facility hidden beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Elena Ramirez, a leading astrophysicist, was engrossed in her research. She had been studying strange anomalies in the outer regions of the solar system, anomalies that suggested an approaching fleet of ships. "Dr. Ramirez, you need to see this," called out her assistant, Mark. He pointed to a monitor displaying a series of blips moving steadily towards Earth. Elena's eyes widened. "This is it," she murmured. "We need to alert the authorities immediately." As the information cascaded through the channels of power, the President of the United States convened an emergency meeting with world leaders and top military officials. Panic was palpable, but so was determination. "Ladies and gentlemen," the President began, "we are facing an unprecedented threat. We must unite as a planet to address this challenge. Dr. Ramirez, please explain the situation." Dr. Ramirez stepped forward, her voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. "We are dealing with a fleet from the Galactic Empire, a force that has conquered countless worlds. However, there is hope. Their interest in us suggests they see something valuable in humanity. We need to prepare a response that showcases our strengths and resolve." As Earth's governments mobilized their defenses, a plan was devised to make contact with the approaching fleet. A message was crafted, a single, powerful warning that would be broadcasted directly to the Empire's ships. In the control room of the Invictus, Captain Verax received the incoming transmission. The holographic image of the President appeared, resolute and unwavering. "Captain Verax, I am the President of the United States of America, speaking on behalf of the United Nations and all of humanity. We are aware of your presence and intentions. We extend an olive branch, but know this: Earth is not a planet that will be easily conquered. We have fought for our freedom and will continue to do so. You may see us as primitive, but our spirit is indomitable. This is your sole warning. Turn back now, or face the full force of a united Earth." Verax was taken aback by the boldness of the message. He had expected fear, not defiance. He turned to his second-in-command, Commander Tarn. "It seems these humans have more courage than we anticipated." "Should we proceed with the invasion, sir?" Tarn asked. Verax contemplated for a moment. The Empire's strength lay not just in its technology, but in its ability to strategically assess threats. Underestimating an opponent had proven fatal in the past. "No," Verax finally replied. "We will not proceed with an invasion. Prepare a reply and inform the Emperor of our findings. Humanity has potential, and perhaps there is more to be gained from cooperation than conquest." The Empire's fleet halted its advance, and a message was sent back to Earth. The President and world leaders watched as the reply was received. "People of Earth," Verax's voice resonated through the transmission, "your warning has been acknowledged. We respect your resolve and will seize our advance. The Galactic Empire will seek diplomatic relations instead. Prepare for a representative to establish contact." Relief swept through the room, but the president knew this was just the beginning. "We have won this round," he said to his advisors, "but we must remain vigilant. Today, humanity has shown that we will not back down in the face of adversity." In the days that followed, preparations were made for the arrival of the Empire's representative. Humanity stood united, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that their courage had averted disaster and opened a new chapter in their history. Captain Verax watched as the diplomatic envoy departed the Invictus. He couldn't help but feel a sense of respect for the people of Earth. They were different, and perhaps they were exactly what the galaxy needed. As the stars stretched out before him, Verax whispered to himself, "This is not the end, but a new beginning." The arrival of the Galactic Empire's representative was a momentous occasion. An alien delegation had never set foot on Earth, and the world watched with bated breath. In a grand ceremony held at the United Nations headquarters in New York, the stage was set for this historic encounter. The Empire's representative, Ambassador Kale, was a tall, imposing figure with a regal bearing. His attire, a combination of flowing robes and intricate armor, shimmered under the lights. As he stepped forward, the murmurs of the gathered dignitaries hushed. "People of Earth," Kale began, his voice deep and resonant, "I am Ambassador Kale of the Galactic Empire. I come in peace, seeking to understand your world and explore the possibilities of cooperation between our civilizations." The President of the United States, flanked by other world leaders, stepped up to the podium. "Ambassador Kale, we welcome you to Earth. This is an unprecedented moment in our history, and we hope it marks the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship." The initial formalities were followed by closed-door meetings where leaders and their advisors discussed the terms of engagement. It was a delicate balance of diplomacy and strategy, with humanity wary of showing too much weakness, but eager to learn from the advanced civilization. Dr. Elena Ramirez was among the select group of scientists and experts invited to these discussions. She found herself fascinated by the technology and knowledge the Empire possessed, and she was determined to leverage this opportunity for humanity's advancement. During one such meeting, Elena presented her ideas to the assembled delegates. "Ambassador Kale, we appreciate your willingness to share knowledge with us. In exchange, we can offer our unique perspective and innovative spirit. We propose joint research initiatives, particularly in areas like energy, medicine, and space exploration." Kale nodded thoughtfully. "Your proposal is intriguing, Dr. Ramirez. The Empire values knowledge and progress. We can establish collaborative projects, but we must also ensure that our technology is used responsibly." As the days turned into weeks, the collaboration between Earth and the Empire began to take shape. Exchange programs were established, with scientists, engineers, and diplomats traveling between the planets. Humanity was on the brink of a new era, one filled with possibilities and challenges. However, not everyone was optimistic about the alliance. In the shadows, a faction of skeptics and radicals grew, fearing that Earth's sovereignty was at risk. They believed that the Empire's intentions were not as benign as they seemed. In a secret meeting held in a remote location, a group of these dissidents gathered. Their leader, a former military officer named Colonel David Mitchell, addressed them with fervor. "We cannot trust the Empire," Mitchell declared. "They have a history of conquest and subjugation. We must be prepared to defend our planet if they decide to turn on us. We need to build our own defenses, independent of any alien influence." As tensions simmered, an unexpected event threatened to derail the fragile alliance. A series of mysterious attacks on both human and Empire facilities began to occur, each more brazen than the last. The attacks were sophisticated, suggesting insider knowledge and advanced technology. The blame game started immediately. Some humans accused the Empire of staging the attacks to justify a takeover, while certain factions within the Empire suspected human rebels of trying to sabotage the cooperation. In a tense meeting at the United Nations, Ambassador Cale and the President confronted each other. Ambassador Cale, the President said sternly, "We need to get to the bottom of these attacks. They are jeopardizing everything we've worked towards." Cale's eyes narrowed. "I agree, Mr. President. These acts of aggression cannot go unpunished. We must work together to identify the culprits and bring them to justice." Dr. Elena Ramirez, who had been investigating the attacks, stepped forward with a proposition. "We should form a joint task force composed of both human and Empire specialists. Together, we can uncover the truth and prevent further incidents." Reluctantly, both sides agreed. The task force was assembled, featuring top agents and experts from both civilizations. Among them was Lieutenant Alex Carter, a seasoned intelligence officer with a reputation for uncovering the truth, no matter how deeply it was buried. As the task force delved into the mystery, they uncovered a trail of clues that pointed to a rogue element within both the human and Empire ranks. It became clear that the attacks were orchestrated by those who sought to disrupt the Alliance and sow discord. In a dating operation, the task force infiltrated a hidden base where the masterminds behind the attacks were holed up. The confrontation was intense, but ultimately, the joint efforts of the task force prevailed. With the threat neutralized, the alliance between Earth and the Galactic Empire grew stronger. The incident had tested their resolve, but it also proved that they could work together to overcome challenges. Ambassador Cale addressed the United Nations once more. "Today, we have faced a great trial and emerged victorious. Let this be a testament to the strength of our partnership. Together, we can achieve greatness and ensure peace and prosperity for both our civilizations." The President echoed Cale's sentiments. "This alliance is built on trust and mutual respect. We have shown that by standing together, we can overcome any adversity. The future is bright, and we will face it as partners." And so, humanity and the Galactic Empire embarked on a new chapter of cooperation and progress. The spirit of resilience and unity that had defined Earth's response to the Empire's initial approach now fueled their journey into an era of unprecedented discovery and collaboration. As the stars stretched out before them, both civilizations knew that the future held endless possibilities, and together they were ready to explore them. Years passed, and the alliance between Earth and the Galactic Empire flourished. Joint research initiatives led to significant advancements in technology, medicine, and energy. Humanity had never been more united or more prosperous. Dr. Elena Ramirez had become a leading figure in the collaborative efforts, working alongside the best minds of the Empire. One of their most ambitious projects was the development of a new propulsion system, capable of faster-than-light travel. This technology promised to revolutionize space exploration and open up the galaxy to humanity. In the bustling city of New York, now a hub of interstellar activity, the first human Empire starship was being constructed. Named Unity, it symbolized the partnership between the two civilizations. The ship's maiden voyage was eagerly anticipated, with dignitaries, scientists, and media from both Earth and the Empire in attendance. As the launch date approached, the excitement was palpable. Lieutenant Alex Carter, now a respected member of the task force, was assigned to the Unity as the head of security. His keen instincts and experience were crucial in ensuring the mission's success. On the day of the launch, The atmosphere was electric. The President, Ambassador Kale, and Dr. Ramirez stood on the stage, addressing the gathered crowd and the millions watching across the galaxy. Today marks a new chapter in our shared history. The President began. The unity is a testament to what we can achieve when we work together. Let this voyage be the first of many, leading us to a future of endless possibilities. Ambassador Kale followed, his voice filled with pride. The Galactic Empire has always valued knowledge and exploration. This starship represents our combined strengths and our shared vision for a better future. Dr. Ramirez stepped forward, her eyes shining with excitement. The Unity is more than just a ship. It is a symbol of hope and cooperation. May it pave the way for humanity and the Empire to reach new heights together. As the countdown began, the anticipation reached its peak. With a roar, the Unity lifted off, its engines blazing as it soared into the sky. The crowd erupted in cheers, and across the galaxy, people celebrated this historic moment. However, not all was well. In the depths of space, a new threat was emerging. The attacks that had plagued the Alliance years ago had not been the work of mere dissidents, but a hidden faction within the Empire known as the Shadow Council. They had been biding their time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. As the Unity traveled towards its first destination, a distant star system, Lieutenant Carter noticed something unusual in the ship's security systems. A series of encrypted messages had been intercepted, originating from within the Empire's territory. "Captain," Carter said, approaching the bridge, "I believe we have a security breach. These messages are highly encrypted, and I suspect they may be from the Shadow Council." Captain Rail, an experienced officer from the Empire, looked concerned. "We need to investigate this immediately. If the Shadow Council is involved, the Unity could be in grave danger." Working together, Carter and Rail began to unravel the mystery. The encrypted messages pointed to a coordinated attack planned to coincide with the Unity's arrival at its destination. The Shadow Council intended to sabotage the mission, hoping to fracture the Alliance and assert their control. As they approached the star system, the Unity detected several unidentified ships on an intercept course. The bridge was tense as Captain Rail and Lieutenant Carter prepared for a confrontation. "Shields up, all hands to battle stations." Rail commanded, "We must protect the Unity at all costs." The unidentified ships, sleek and ominous, opened fire. The Unity's advanced shields absorbed the initial barrage, but the attackers were relentless. The ship's defenses retaliated, and a fierce battle ensued in the cold expanse of space. On the bridge, Dr. Ramirez worked frantically to devise a strategy. "If we can use the new propulsion system to create a temporary energy surge, we might be able to disable their ships," she suggested. Rail nodded. "Do it. We don't have much time." As Ramirez and her team initiated the sequence, the Unity's engines roared to life. A brilliant burst of energy erupted from the ship, enveloping the attackers. The enemy ships faltered, their systems overwhelmed by the sudden surge. "Now, fire all weapons," Rail ordered. The Unity's weapons systems unleashed a devastating volley, crippling the remaining ships. The threat was neutralized, but the danger was far from over. They had exposed the Shadow Council's presence, and the implications were staggering. Back on Earth, the President and Ambassador Kale were briefed on the situation. The revelation of the Shadow Council's involvement cast a shadow over their celebrations. "This is a serious threat," the President said grimly. "We must root out this faction and ensure the safety of our alliance." Ambassador Kale agreed. "The Shadow Council has operated in the dark for too long. It is time to bring them to light and eliminate their influence." As the Unity continued its journey, the task force intensified its efforts to uncover the full extent of the Shadow Council's network. Their mission had become not just one of exploration, but of safeguarding the future of both civilizations. Lieutenant Carter, Captain Rail, and Dr. Ramirez knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges. Yet, they were determined to see it through. They had faced adversity before and emerged stronger. Together, they would confront this new threat and secure a brighter future for humanity and the Empire. The stars stretched out before them, a vast expanse of mystery and opportunity. With the spirit of resilience and unity guiding their way, they ventured forth, ready to face whatever lay beyond the horizon. With the immediate threat from the Shadow Council neutralized, the Unity resumed its mission. However, the attack had revealed the lurking dangers and deep-seated opposition to the Alliance. The journey ahead was more perilous than ever, but the determination of humanity and the Galactic Empire remained unwavering. As the Unity reached its destination, the glittering star system of Nerion, the crew marveled at the breathtaking sight. This system, uncharted by humanity, held countless mysteries and the potential for incredible discoveries. Captain Rail addressed the crew over the ship's intercom. "We have arrived at the Nerion system. Our mission is to explore and establish a base of operations here. Stay vigilant, and let's make history together." Dr. Elena Ramirez and her team were eager to begin their scientific endeavors. The first task was to deploy reconnaissance drones to survey the planets and moons within the system. As data started streaming in, Elena couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the possibilities. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Alex Carter continued his investigations into the Shadow Council. Despite their setback, he knew they wouldn't stop until their goals were achieved. He needed to stay one step ahead, and that required uncovering every piece of the puzzle. In the Nerion system, a small moon named Elysia caught the attention of the scientists. Its atmosphere and topography suggested it could support life, and an expedition was quickly organized. Dr. Ramirez, Lieutenant Carter, and a team of scientists and security personnel descended to the moon's surface. The landscape of Elysia was breathtaking, with vast forests, towering mountains, and crystal-clear lakes. As they explored, they discovered signs of an ancient civilization, long extinct but leaving behind structures and artifacts of remarkable sophistication. "This is incredible," Elena exclaimed as she examined an intricately carved obelisk. "We need to document everything. This could be one of the most significant archaeological finds in history." As the team continued their exploration, they found a series of underground chambers filled with advanced technology. It was clear that the civilization had been highly advanced, and their technology could provide valuable insights for both humanity and the Empire. Back on the Unity, Captain Rail received a priority message from the Empire's High Command. They had intercepted communication from the Shadow Council, indicating a planned resurgence. The High Command warned that the Council might target the Nerion system to disrupt the mission and assert their control. Rail immediately contacted the expedition team on Elysia. "Dr. Ramirez, Lieutenant Carter, be on high alert. We have intelligence that the Shadow Council might target this system. Prepare for possible hostilities." Carter's instincts went into overdrive. "We need to secure these chambers and prepare defenses. The Shadow Council won't find us unprepared." As the team fortified their position, an unexpected discovery deep within the underground chambers changed everything. A massive dormant spacecraft, unlike anything they had ever seen, was unearthed. Its design suggested it was not from the ancient civilization of Elysia, but from a species far older and more advanced. "This ship could be a game changer," Elena said, her eyes wide with excitement. If we can figure out how to activate it, it might provide us with the means to defend ourselves against any threat. The team worked tirelessly to decipher the ship's technology. Days turned into weeks as they slowly unlocked its secrets. The ship was powered by a form of energy that was vastly more efficient than anything known to humanity or the Empire. However, their progress was interrupted by the arrival of Shadow Council forces. Sleek, dark ships descended upon Elysia, weapons primed and ready. The Unity engaged them in a fierce battle, but the situation on the ground was dire. Defensive positions. Carter barked as the team took cover. We need to hold them off until we can activate this ship. The underground chambers became a battleground. Elena and the scientists worked frantically to bring the ancient ship online, while Carter and the security team fought to repel the attackers. The sound of blaster fire and explosions echoed through the chambers. As the situation grew more desperate, Elena finally cracked the ship's activation sequence. With a hum of power, the ship came to life, its systems glowing with an otherworldly energy. "We did it!" Elena shouted over the din of battle. "Get everyone on board." The team quickly boarded the ancient ship, and Elena took the controls. The ship's interface was intuitive, and she marveled at how advanced it was. With a surge of power, the ship lifted off, emerging from the underground chambers and into the sky. Outside, the battle raged on. The Unity was holding its own, but the arrival of the ancient ship turned the tide. Its weapon systems, far superior to anything the Shadow Council had, unleashed devastating firepower. The Shadow Council forces, caught off guard by the unexpected eye, faltered and retreated. The Unity and the ancient ship pursued them, ensuring they wouldn't return. With the immediate threat neutralized, the ancient ship and the Unity returned to Elysia. Captain Rail contacted the team. "Outstanding work, everyone. This ship is an incredible find. We need to secure it and study its technology." Back on the surface, Elena, Carter, and the rest of the team stood by the ancient ship, exhausted but triumphant. They had uncovered a relic of immense power and survived an attack from the Shadow Council. The implications of their discovery were profound. This ship could change everything. Carter said, looking at the vessel, "Not just for our mission, but for the entire galaxy." Elena nodded. "We have a lot of work ahead of us, but we've shown that we can face any challenge together." As the team regrouped and began to secure their find, they knew that the journey ahead would be filled with both promise and peril. The ancient ship was a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration and resilience. And so, with the stars stretched out before them, humanity and the Galactic Empire stood ready to face the future, united and stronger than ever before. The discovery on Elysia was just the beginning, a prelude to the countless adventures and challenges that awaited them in the vast expanse of the galaxy. The discovery of the ancient ship on Elysia had invigorated the alliance between Earth and the Galactic Empire. The ship's advanced technology offered a myriad of possibilities, from powerful new energy sources to advanced weaponry. It was a treasure trove of knowledge waiting to be unlocked. As the crew of the Unity and their Empire counterparts worked to understand and integrate the ancient technology, a new threat emerged. The Shadow Council, though initially thwarted, had not given up. They regrouped, plotting a final decisive strike to cripple the Alliance and seize the ancient ship for themselves. In the heart of the Nerian system, Captain Rail Lieutenant Alex Carter and Dr. Elena Ramirez prepared for the imminent showdown. They had gathered intelligence suggesting that the Shadow Council planned to launch a full-scale assault on the system. "We need to fortify our defenses and prepare for the worst," Rail said, addressing his team. This will be our toughest battle yet, but we cannot let the Shadow Council succeed. Carter, ever the strategist, outlined their defensive plan. We'll use the ancient ship as our primary weapon. Its advanced systems give us a significant advantage. The Unity will coordinate the defense, while our ground forces secure key positions on Malaysia. Dr. Ramirez, now deeply familiar with the ancient ship, was tasked with optimizing its systems for combat. This ship has capabilities we've only begun to understand, she said. If we can harness its full power, we might just stand a chance. As the Shadow Council's fleet entered the Nerian system, the stage was set for an epic confrontation. The combined forces of Earth and the Empire braced for impact, their resolve unwavering. The first wave of attacks came swiftly. Shadow Council ships, sleek and deadly, engaged the Unity and its escorts. The Unity's advanced shields held strong, while its weapons returned fire with precision. On Elysia, ground forces clashed in intense battles. Lieutenant Carter led his troops with unyielding determination, using every tactical advantage they could muster. The ancient ship, piloted by Dr. Ramirez, hovered above, its weapons raining down devastation on the enemy. Despite the fierce resistance, the Shadow Council pushed forward, their numbers overwhelming. The situation grew dire as the enemy breached key defensive lines. "We can't hold them off much longer," Carter shouted over the comms. "We need that ship's full power now." Dr. Ramirez, working feverishly at the controls, finally activated the ancient ship's core weapon. A brilliant beam of energy erupted from the ship, cutting through the Shadow Council's fleet with unprecedented force. The tide of battle began to turn. Inspired by the ancient ship's power, the defenders rallied. The Unity and its escorts pressed their advantage, pushing the Shadow Council forces back. But the Shadow Council had one last trick up their sleeve. Their flagship, a massive, heavily armed behemoth, emerged from the shadows, heading straight for the ancient ship. "We need to take that flagship down," Captain Rail said, his voice filled with urgency. "It's their last hope, and they're throwing everything at us." Dr. Ramirez, understanding the gravity of the moment, focused all of the ancient ship's remaining energy on the flagship. The ship's systems hummed with power as it prepared for one final decisive strike. "Target locked," Ramirez said, her hands steady on the controls. "Firing now." A colossal beam of energy shot from the ancient ship, hitting the Shadow Council's flagship dead center. The explosion was immense, a brilliant flash of light that signaled the end of the battle. With their flagship destroyed, the remaining Shadow Council forces scattered, their morale shattered. The battle for the Nerian system was won, and the Alliance had triumphed. In the aftermath of the battle, the Unity and the ancient ship returned to Elysia. The crew, though exhausted, celebrated their hard-fought victory. The Shadow Council's threat had been neutralized, and the Alliance had proven its strength. Captain Rail, Lieutenant Carter, and Dr. Ramirez stood together, reflecting on their journey. "We did it," Rail said, a rare smile crossing his face. "We've secured our future and proven that together, we're unstoppable." Carter nodded. "This alliance is stronger than ever. We've shown that we can face any challenge, no matter how formidable." Elena looked at the ancient ship, still in awe of its power. "And we've only scratched the surface of what's possible. There's so much more to discover, and now we have the means to do it." As the stars stretched out before them, the combined forces of Earth and the Galactic Empire looked to the future with hope and determination. They had faced adversity and emerged victorious, united in their quest for knowledge and peace. The journey ahead would be filled with new challenges and discoveries. But they were ready. Together, they would explore the vast expanse of the galaxy, confident in their ability to overcome any obstacle and achieve greatness. And so, with a spirit of resilience and unity guiding their way, they ventured forth into the unknown, ready to write the next chapter in the epic saga of humanity and the Galactic Empire.